Okay. So from today onwards, we are going to start the second part of our course, that is called MSBI. Okay, so what is that? MSBI, Microsoft Business Intelligence. Okay, so this particular Microsoft Business Intelligence, so will have three different tools or three different technologies, so three different approaches in order to perform the business intelligence. Okay, so what you mean by business intelligence? Intelligence is nothing but analysis. Okay, so analysis of the business, so with the help of intelligence methods. Okay, now in order to analyze the business, so what we need to have? We need to have the data. Okay, we need to have the transactions data, information, so whatever. Okay, so we can have the collective definition for that. Okay, so here in this particular situation, so this MSBA is popular because of three individual tools. What are those three individual tools? So first one is SSIS. Okay, SSRS. SSAS. Okay, so MSBA is mainly having three tools: SSIS, SSRS, SSAS. Okay, so SSIS stands for SQL Server Integration Services. SSRS stands for SQL Server Reporting Services. SSAS stands for SQL Server Analysis Services. Okay, so how many different tools are there? There are basically three tools. Okay, three technologies. Okay, three components, whatever it is. Okay, so SQL Server Integration Services, SQL Server Reporting Services, SQL Server Analysis Services. As you can see this particular architecture, you can understand one thing. Okay, so the common word, the common terminology which we have used in each and every component is called SQL Server. Okay, what is that common thing? SQL Server. SQL Server Integration Services, SQL Server Reporting Services, SQL Server Analysis Services. That means what? So we should have the knowledge, we should have the basic knowledge, or we should have the at least initial knowledge on SQL Server before coming to MSBA. So if there is no dependency, if there is no hierarchy, so Microsoft would not release these three tools along with the SQL Server. Okay, so if it is releases, that means there is a small dependency, there is a small hierarchy between SQL Server and then MSBA. Okay, so you can do these SQL Server BA parallelly or one after another. It's up to you and based on your comfortability. Okay, so generally people will go after SQL Server to BA. Okay, but some situations, like if you are a little bit hurry or something, whatever it is, so we will go parallelly with these three tools, with these two tools. Okay, so MSBA is having three components. Okay, very good, not a problem. Now, what is the purpose of each and every tool? So first of all, so collectively these three tools, what type of benefits that will be provided to the users? Okay, so these three tools main target is predictive analysis. Okay, what is that? Predictive analysis and existing analysis. There are two things. So it will do the analysis of the business, absolutely fine, not a problem. That is a correct definition. So with that, what is the great benefit that you will get? So you will get the existing current analysis of the business and at the same time predictive analysis of the business. Okay, so current analysis is very important and predictive analysis is very, very important. Okay, so what is the current analysis and what is the predictive analysis? See, predictive means we are just predicting that situation. We are just anticipating the situation. Okay. So what do you mean by current analysis? Current analysis in the sense what? Let us say for example, so you have a one branch. Okay, sorry, you have a one particular business and more branches. Okay. So in one particular location, you will have a 2 to 3 branches. Okay. So in each branch, the transactions are very, very busy. Okay. So your business is always busy with a lot of transactions. Okay. So in this situation, if you want to know the revenue information of each and every business for a given month, okay, so then what you will do, you will have some, so in the first branch $100, in the second branch some $150, in the third branch like some around $80. Okay, so you can understand, if you want to see the data collectively, you can see that is one side of the coin, or if you want to see the data so as individual branch wise, you can see that also. Okay, that is another part. Okay, that is another side of the coin. Okay, if you want to see the sales information, if you want to see the orders information, if you want to see the more what is the best week for the sales information, like this. So there are different approaches, so you can analyze the data, you can see the data, you can look into the data. So the number of phase, okay, the number of phase, the type of the type of approaches that we have followed in order to look at the business, that process is called analysis. Okay, so in order to do the analysis, first of all, what I need? Data. The data can be fetched, the data can be transformed, the data can be retrieved with the help of SSIS. Okay, so that main purpose of this one is data moving or data loading. Data moving is a general terminology, data loading is the technical terminology. We can load the data from different places to our sources, whatever it is. You can define the data loading process whatever you want. Okay, and then SSRS. What is the purpose of SSRS? So whatever the data that you got, that you have collected all the sources, okay, that you have collected from all the sources, so SSRS is the tool or technology which is mainly used to represent the data. Okay, which is used to mainly represent the data. Representation is nothing but what? Displaying the data. So in order to display the data, so we can use SSRS technology. It will design so many different types of reports. Okay, so with the help of SSRS, so what we will have? We will have the reports. Okay, so with respect to our data, what we have collected, with respect to our data, so we can just display different pictorial formats of the data. If you just display the raw data itself, maybe that is not that much clear. Okay, so let us say for example, let us say select star from, I have this table. Okay, so if I will display the data like this, okay, with all the rows and columns, so what is the greatest understanding that you will get? No, you will not get anything. So this data can be segregated or can be arranged in a proper way. So arranged in a proper way with respect to some aggregated values, with respect to some calculatable values. So that is what we can call, we can call it as aggregated information. So that information we will display in a pictures. Okay, we will display with respect to this type of pictures. Let me show you. See, this type of reports we can design. So what is this one? This one is tabular report. Okay, this one is chart report, and this one is pie chart report. Okay, so after collecting the data, so we are designing this type of reports. Okay, so instead of looking at the raw data, if you look at this type of pictures, you can understand the business. Okay, you can understand the business process. Okay, so in the August month, what is my business? In the September month, what is my business? In the October month, what is my business? Okay, so by pie chart, you can understand the portion of each and every month covered in the diagram. Okay, so if the portion, see, if the portion, let us say for example, so this portion covered most of the month, so that is what October our sales are very good. Okay, so this is a small portion, this is August. Okay, sorry, September. So this month the sales was not that much good. Okay, so by looking at the picture, you can understand this picture is technically called as report. Okay, so we are going to design this type of, this type of chart, pie chart and tabular reports with the help of what? With the help of SSRS technology. Okay, I will show you. With the help of this SSRS, so we are going to represent all the data. Okay, and then SSAS. Okay, so we can represent the data. And SSAS, we can analyze the data. Okay, data analysis. So in order to analyze the data, so we can use this particular SSAS technology. Okay, we can use this SSAS technology in order to analyze the data. See, first of all, the data will be displayed in this cubicle format. So this is the cubicle format. Okay, how many directions we are having? So direction 1, okay, direction 2 and direction 3, and up downside there is a direction 4, and this side there is a direction 5, and that side there is a direction 6. Total how many directions? 6 directions we are having. Okay, each direction will maintain one type of data. Let us say, for example, this is location and this is department. Okay, and this is salesman, and this is orders. Okay, like that. Okay, so each direction will have the data. So how the data will be arranged into the cube in this particular structure, that is the different part. Okay, so after loading the data into the cube, I'm explaining the scenarios. Okay, so after loading the data into the cube, then we can apply different what we can call concepts in order to retrieve the data as per our requirement. Okay, so that is a different part. This SSAS is completely different. It is mainly used to analysis and do the analysis of the data with respect to the cubes help and MDX queries. Okay, so this is one of the complex in MSBI. Okay, SSIS RS, it will be very simple and very easy to understand. So when it comes to SSAS, your thought process should be completely changed. Okay, so then only we can understand this one. Okay, so these are the three things that we are going to discuss as part of this MSBA technology. Okay, so SSIS, SSRS, SSAS. Okay, so I want to start with the SSIS first. Okay, so data loading. So what is the purpose of SSIS as per this diagram? Data loading. So data loading means moving from one place to another place. Okay, so data loading in the sense what? Moving from one place to another place. Okay, destination. Okay, source and destination. So data loading is okay, understandable. I can understand what you mean by data loading. Data loading from where to where? Data loading from source to destination. Okay, so source will contain some data. Okay, so our job is to move the data to destination. Okay, to move the data to destination. So this process is called data loading. Okay, data loading, data moving, okay, data gathering, data collecting. There will be so many different types of terminologies and definitions for this process. Okay, data loading. Okay, so only for the data loading, what is the necessity of using this SSIS technology? Okay, so what is the necessity? So if you want to load the data, there will be so many third-party tools. Okay, so we don't need to use MSBI, so sorry, SSIS in order to load the data. See, the main advantage with the SSIS is, so in other tools, other third-party tools or whatever free tools, okay, those tools are not that much capable to collect the data from various sources. Okay, various sources in the sense nothing but what, see, as per my example, what I have given you in today's session. So I have a branch, I have a business, and I have a 3 branches. Okay, so in one branch I have used the data in Excel. Okay, in another branch I have used Oracle. In another branch I have used MySQL. So how many different technologies are there? 3 different technologies. Okay, so the particular language, this MSBI. Okay, so the particular language what we are the particular technology SSIS what we are having here, so is capable to collect the data from Excel, Oracle and MySQL at a time. After collecting the data, it will move the data to the destination. Okay, so that is the one of the greatest advantage that we are having with SSIS. Not only these 3, if you have any other IBM DB2, okay, so Sybase, okay, COBOL, okay, so I have worked with Oracle, I have worked, and MySQL I have worked, and Excel Access, Microsoft Access also, Microsoft Access, so DB2, DB2 I have not worked, but Sybase I have worked. Okay, Sybase and COBOL files also. Okay, so earlier, very in old systems, you can see the COBOL storage data. Okay, that COBOL files are not that much straightforward. Okay, we need to do so many types of different approaches to clean the data and take the data. So SSIS is capable to collect the data from all these different types of sources, and then it will move the data to destinations. So the total data loading process can be named as ETL. Okay, so what you mean by this ETL? So ETL stands for extraction, transformation and loading. Remember, extraction, transformation and loading. Okay, so this particular extraction, transformation, loading option is mainly, okay, is mainly used for, 1 minute, is mainly used to load the data from source to destination. So these 3 character word also, ETL also, will have a proper name. E means extraction. Extraction means nothing but collecting the data, receiving the data. T, transformation, that will tell later. L means loading. Okay, so we can collect the data with E and we can load the data with L. What is the importance of transformation? See, transformation in the sense changing the data. Okay, transformation is nothing but what? Changing the data. So what we need to change, what we need to change and why we need to change the data. See, sometimes the data will not be in a proper format. Okay, sometimes the data will not be in a proper format. Okay, so that is the reason. So in order to arrange the data in a proper manner, okay, in order to align the data in a proper manner, okay, in order to get the consistency over the data, okay, so we can use this particular ETL process. Okay, so with the help of this ETL process, so we can collect the data, we can modify the data with respect to the business requirements and then load the data into the destination. So our job is not only to collect and load the data. After collecting it, if it is necessary to change the data also, we can do with the transformation. That is the reason ETL process is very famous in the business applications. Okay, so you can find the jobs MSBA developer, SSIS developer, data loading developer, data integration developer and ETL developer. Okay, so these are the different terminologies and notations what the companies will use whenever they will do the job post. Okay, so you can find the job post in different approaches. Okay, so these are the main things in SSIS. So since we are going to concentrate on the first module of this particular MSBI, so SSIS. Okay, this is the very important in MSBI suite. Okay, so MSBI suite in the sense, so IS, RS, AS. IS is very important. Why? Because why it is important? Tell me. So in order to represent the data, you need data. Okay, in order to analyze the data, you need data. So that data can be retrieved by which component? SSIS. Okay, that is the reason it is very important with respect to BI analysis process. 1 minute. Okay, now, so before we are going to start SSS, I hope you understood what is the purpose of SSIS. Okay, what we are doing. Okay, so what kind of a process that we are implementing inside the SSIS. Okay, so as of now, anybody having any doubts? Yeah, Ashok, tell me, Ashok.
ETL, can you explain
Yeah,
the
see,
extraction and transformation, changing the data you don't know,
yes,
like which data they will be changed.
yeah, see,
Data,
yeah, data only we are going to change.
yeah, which data, like queries,
Whatever the data that, yeah, correct, whatever the data that we have collected in the source, so that data we are going to change by applying different formulas. You can consider transformation in the sense as a formula. Okay, so by applying different formulas on the data, so we are going to change the data with the help of transformations. Transform is nothing but what? Transform. Okay, one form to another form. Let us say for example, see, let us say for example, so the data is like this: DD, MM,
the
YY. Okay, so actually I told you there are three sources: 1, 2, 3. Okay, for the first two sources, the data is coming like this: MM, DD,
DD by.
yeah, YY. Okay, but from the third source, the data is coming in this format. So if you compare these two sets, these two sets, so these two formats are same? No, not same. That is the reason what we are doing. This type of data also we are converting to this format. What we are doing here, we are changing the form of the data from this format to this format. Okay, so whenever we will change the data from one form to another form, that is called transform. That is called changing the data with respect to business logic. Okay, this is just an example, Ashok. Okay, so once you start the practical things, okay, you can understand very clearly what you mean by transformation, why we need the transformations. Okay,
And the extraction is
yeah, extraction nothing but what? So I need to extract, retrieving. The process of retrieving is called extracting. So you have the source file. Okay, so you have one source Excel file. So if you take the data from the data file, if you take the data from that file, then only you can load, right? So the process of taking the data from that file is called extraction. Okay, so the process of inserting the data into the destination is called loading. Okay,
Loading.
so that is what extraction, transformation, loading. So extraction is the process of retrieving the data. Transformation is process of changing the data.
Changing.
So L means process of loading the data into the destination. Okay,
Okay.
understand, Ashok? Any doubts?
Understand.
Okay, fine. Please mute yourself. Okay, Madhu, any doubts to you? Okay, okay. Moshe, any doubts to you with respect to all the?
No, that's good.
Yeah, so you got
Now,
the yeah, please go ahead.
Narendra, my question is that I'm concerned about how we want to practice. Is there a way we can download a software, download a software
Yeah,
so that we can follow through in practice?
yeah, yes. So after this class, I will send one mail to you. Okay. So if you there is a one recording, there is a one video recording in that email. Okay, you need to download from the Dropbox. So if you watch that recording, so there will be some links I will provide in that link. Okay, so follow that link and download the necessary components in your machine. Okay, so once you have downloaded, so I will share another recording with you to install the software.
Okay.
Okay, so I will take care of that. I will take care of that. So your job is to download the software. Okay, so I will send you a mail to give you the instructions how to download the software. Once it is downloaded, I will install the software in your machine. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. And then
Narendra,
yeah, Sharon, please tell me.
just a small thing. You were saying that there are other tools, I mean, the third-party tools to load data to the data warehouse, right? So, is Informatica one of them? Or
Yeah,
any other tool?
Informatica, Pentaho, and there is another tool, what we can call Ab Initio, and there are so many. There are so many. Not third party. See, Ab Initio is a branded one. Informatica is a branded one, and Pentaho is not that much branded. Okay, so that means in order to perform this ETL process, there are so many tools. Okay, see, we are working in the industry with the branded technologies like Oracle, SQL, and IBM. These are the things. But so without our knowledge, I mean, so there are some other softwares also which will support to SQL, but we don't know those technologies. Okay, so we are always talking about the main brand named technologies. Okay, so with respect to that context, I told that there are some 3 third-party tools which can do the data loading, but that is not that much powerful. Okay, so each and every technology will have its own advantages and disadvantages. So the advantage with SSIS is it can have the chance to load the data from multiple different types of sources, whatever the source. So it can be accommodated with SSAS. Not directly. Suppose, see, we are working with Microsoft products, right, Shirin? So Excel, Microsoft product, SQL Server, Microsoft product, Access, Microsoft product. Okay, Notepad is also Microsoft product. I mean, not Microsoft, like, it's just operating system product. Okay, so in this particular Oracle is a Microsoft product. No, it is not a Microsoft product. It is a different one. Okay, in that case, so whenever we are trying to get the data from other products or other technologies, so there will be a provider. There will be a concept called provider in the sense what, so with which we can get the data from other source system. Suppose I have the data in Oracle, so Oracle data directly cannot be accommodated in SSIS. So in that situation, what we are doing, so we will install one Oracle provider. Then what will happen? So in order to access the data from Oracle, SSIS is not capable for that. Once you install the provider, so one source component will be installed in SSIS. Then you can connect to the Oracle source and you will get the Oracle data. Okay, so in order to be like, you know, what we can call local and non-local. Oracle is a non-local for Microsoft. For non-local products, directly data accessing it is not possible. That is the reason for this provider concept is available. Let us say, for example, Shireen, you are not practicing MSBA, you are practicing OBI. OBI is nothing but what? Oracle BI technology. So this is what MSBA, Microsoft BI technology. Okay. So when you are working with OBI, it is a Oracle BI technology. So in that case, so you have the source in SQL. So Oracle directly cannot accommodate the SQL. Then what you need to do? You need to install the SQL provider in OBI. Then you can have a chance to interact with the SQL source like this. Understand?
So not. I mean, I am not very sure about the ODBC connection. Is it something like that?
Yeah, ODBC connection. See, this particular SSIS will have two types of connections: OLEDB connection and ODBC connection. OLEDB is nothing but what? Object linking and embedding database. What is that object linking and embedding? So object linking and embedding, OLEDB is pretty much common for any other technology, not only for MSBA. Object linking and embedding means for Microsoft, what is object linking and embedding? SQL Server. For Oracle, SQL is the object linking and embedding. From IBM, DB2 is the object linking and embedding. Okay, so this object linking and embedding will be the SQL Server for MSBA. For other technologies, it will be different. ODBC is nothing but what? Other database source connections. Okay, so other means, so it will comes Oracle, MySQL, DB2, any other thing you can access with the ODBC connections.
Is it what the provider doing? Is it establishing?
Exactly.
Okay.
Through ODBC only you can access the data, but in order to access the data, so you must install the provider. Then that ODBC connection will be enabled for that source. Okay. So it is just like non-local thing. You can understand once we can go to any organization. There you will have all the different types of connections and all. So it will be very simple. It is not that much complex. If you understand how to access the data in a local systems, so you can easily access the data in other systems as well. Okay, it is just a matter of one example. That's it.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah. So Vijay, any doubts, Vijay, as of now?
No, Narendra, it's fine.
Okay. So thanks all of you. So I just want to start SSIS completely from today, but audience are very less, so most of the people doesn't know that I'm starting the classes from today. Okay, so I will start SSIS, the actual concept of SSIS and all, from tomorrow onwards. Okay, this is just for introduction, what we are going to learn and what we are going to practice. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow to continue with the SSIS. Okay, so thank you.